Funding provided by Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialist, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
The Pella Rolscreen Foundation is a proud supporter of Iowa PBS. Pella Windows and Doors strives to better our communities and build a better tomorrow.
And by Fareway Meat and Grocery. For more than 80 years, Fareway has been proud to be an active part of the communities we serve. Learn more at fareway.com.
With our Iowa roots and Midwestern values, Farmers Mutual Hail is committed to offering innovative farm insurance for America's farmers, just as we have for 6 generations. Farmers Mutual Hail, America's crop insurance company.
It's time for state championship volleyball. Iowa PBS is here at Extreme Arena in Coralville to bring you the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Volleyball Championships. It is Title Thursday, and we get things started with this Class 5A showdown as top-seeded Dowling Catholic takes on the crosstown rival, the 3-seed Waukee Northwest Wolves. With Hall of Fame coach Kathy Bresnahan, this is BJ Shaven. And Coach, here we go. The 4th time they're going to play against one another.
Yeah, you know, they're so evenly matched. And you got some of the most elite athletes in the state playing that are going Division I and the top leaders in the state. This should just be fun volleyball.
Let's take a look at their resumes and how they got here and what they're building up to. How about Waukee Northwest? First ever state championship match they're going to play in. They were the Cardiac Kids yesterday in the semifinals, beating Centennial in 5 sets. And boy, do they have some playmakers.
No, they absolutely do. They are just incredibly loaded, and they're confident. You talk to those kids coming into this match, and they think they're going to win.
How about Dowling Catholic? They were here in the state championship match 10 years ago, lost to Bettendorf. But they've got some great players, and Mackenzie Dean and Annalisa Grant, that can really make it happen.
Oh, absolutely, and they're confident. You know, it's not easy being #1, though, and coming into this pressure-packed situation. So we'll see what happens. I'm anticipating 5 sets and we get behind schedule.
Well, let's meet the teams. Let's turn it over to today's public address announcer, Tim Fitzpatrick.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the floor, the Waukee Northwest Wolves. And now presenting the Dowling Catholic Maroons. It's now time to introduce the players and coaches in today's 5A championship matchup. First of all, for the Waukee Northwest Wolves, here are your non-starters. Number 1, Abby Keene. Number 5, Leah Janulevich. Number 7, Sadie Moss. Number 10, Avery Vogt. Number 11, Vanna Billick. Number 15, Kate Hoover. And number 20, Kaylee Cords. Your assistant coaches, Teresa Van Epps, Lauren Kluber, and Kate Nelson. And now, here's your starting lineup for the Wolves of Waukee Northwest. A 6-foot senior, number 6, Cameron Vogt. 5'11" senior, number 8, Chloe Jones. 6'1" freshman, number 9, Logan Vogt. 5'8" senior, number 12, Katie Lockyer. A 6-foot senior, number 14, Katrina Peltz. And a 5'11" senior, number 21, Chloe Hayes. Your libero, a 5'6" sophomore, number 17, Anna Peltz. Head coach for the Wolves of Waukee Northwest, Jody Vogt. And now let's meet the Dowling Catholic Maroons. Here are your non-starters. Number 2, Alexis Tice. Number 4, Siri Beecher. Number 6, Amaya Thompson. Number 7, Aspen Theed. Number 14, Ava Gredicke. Number 16, Madeline Stevenson. Number 18, Kaylee Klein. And number 20, Anne-Marie McConville. Your assistant coaches, Marcy Scragg, Leah McQuaid, Jesse Bach, Jenny Fisher, and Darian Zabel. And now, here are your starters for the Maroons of Dowling Catholic. 5'4" junior, number 3, Ashley Stawn. 5'9" junior, number 5, Kate Nelson. 5'9" junior, number 9, Maddie Chapman. 6'2" senior, number 12, Mackenzie Dean. A 6'2" sophomore, number 13, Ellie Muller. And a 6'1" junior, number 15, Ella Rogers. Your libero is a 5'6" junior, number 1, Annalise Grant. Head coach for the Maroons of Dowling Catholic, Mary Beth Wiskus. And now let me introduce to you our officials for this 5A championship as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. First referee, Bob Fessler. Second referee, Kent Kasur. Line judges, Mark Royer and Ted Mosier. Now fans, at this time, we ask you please join with us, direct your attention to the flag as we honor America, our veterans, and those at home and deployed around the world who protect our freedom each and every day with the singing of our national anthem, today performed by Lily Schloss from Clear Creek, Amana, her choir director, Tracy Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through
The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union promotes good sportsmanship by participants, coaches, and
Lindsay
spectators.
Slosh, way to get us started out. That was one of the best
Supporting
national
the
anthem.
participants, officials, and spectators in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or abusive comments, or intimidating actions directed at officials, participants, coaches.
Here we go.
team
It's time
representatives.
for the championships. Let's take a look at the keys to the match here this morning. First up for Waukee Northwest. Kathy, you put this up. Put Dowling on defense and early voting.
Absolutely. They've got to keep them going. They got to stay on the attack because we know what Dowling can do offensively.
And early voting, got to get the Vote Sisters. All three of them involved early on. How about for Dowling Catholic?
You know, they're number one, and they're number one for a reason. They led the state in kills and blocks. If they control the net, they control this match.
Very interesting scenario. The fourth time these two teams are playing against one another. Dowling has won 2. Waukee Northwest won 1 at a weekend tournament. So here we go. It is the 5A state championship. And it's been an interesting week for these two squads leading up to this title match. Dowling Catholic kind of breezing through competition in the semifinals. They won yesterday in convincing fashion, sweeping their competition in Pleasant Valley. Meanwhile, Northwest, well, what do they got left in the tank? They went 3-1 against Cedar Falls in the quarters. They beat Centennial 3-2 to advance.
You know, I've been on both sides of that, and sometimes I think you're better off getting pushed early in the tournament. So then you got a little confidence that you can come back because you're going to get down. Both teams are going to be down in this match. And how do you respond to that?
So the officials setting the lineup, and we are just about ready to go. It'll be Waukee Northwest who will start with the opening serve here of Championship Thursday. Nobody does it better than the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. And here we go for state volleyball. Getting us started is going to be Katie Lockyer, the senior with a serve efficiency of nearly 100% at 99.7, and right away Dean goes to work. Dowling Catholic with an opportunity to capitalize. The dig out of the back row by Pelds. Vote with the slam, handled by Dowling. Now to Dean. This opening point, we've got some electricity happening here already as that one is dug up by Grant. Waukee will keep it alive. How about this for an opening point as that one hits tape to the middle. And the kill going to be marked down by Ellie Moeller.
You know, and that's kind of defense in the rallies I think we're going to see in this match. And that was a really perfect start to the volleyball game. The big digs and no errors. I mean, kids were just playing ball.
Now to Annalise Grant, committed to play at Iowa State. The libero has been nothing but spectacular throughout the season. Monster defensively, and in the middle, the height paying off for Dowling Catholic, Ella Rogers. The 6'1" junior, showing you why this team led the state in blocks.
Yeah, they're just big, and Chloe Jones did a nice job going up, and she just had the second push, and you're going to lose if you're the second push on those overpasses.
Free ball opportunity here for Dowling and miscommunication.
No, I was just thinking, boy, that's not what Waukee wants to do, is give them free ball and fall that far behind, and then that happens. You know, we got to remember there are 17, 16-year-old kids, and this is pressure.
Serving for Waukee Northwest, Chloe Jones. Dean. And that one will go wide. So Waukee Northwest able to tie this one up after Dowling Catholic jumping out to an early 2-0 lead. Jones, the senior, listed at 5'11", started off the season rather slow due to an ankle injury, but has really come on and will be going on to play college volleyball. Dowling Catholic right back with an answer. That's Kate Nelson.
Well, you know, Annalise Grant, libero for Dowling, passed that ball up there like it was a free ball. And when they can run that fast an offense off a serve receive, that's a great pass. Well done. And you can see she was a 4-year starter. I mean, she just looks confident out there.
Ella Rogers will serve it aggressively. 4th in 5A with kills, or aces of 55. And how about Boat getting involved here for Waukee Northwest? Logan Boat, the freshman.
She's going to be a good one. You love when you got a freshman that has sisters playing on the team, And Mom is a coach. I mean, it's a volleyball family. I can't imagine what suppers are like.
Cameron Vogt on the serve. To the opposite side, Dean.
Now they're heating up. These two teams are so good. It's not going to take them long to shake off their nerves, and they're just going to play volleyball and hammer.
They've all played in some big-time tournaments before on the AAU club circuit. Each school going for their first ever title. And Waukee Northwest, tick for tack, they'll answer. That's Jones.
You're going to see all day that Waukee subs a lot for their backcourt. She really likes her backcourt and her defense, and gives a chance to give the hitters a rest.
Dowling Catholic, some miscommunication. We have our first lead change of the opening set. As Waukee Northwest able to garner the point. And now Avery Vogt will drop back to serve.
And that's the second time they've had a miscommunication.
The slap, it's going to be deflected. That's a touch. As Siri Beecher, the junior, switched outside this year. Playing outside for the first time, looked natural there.
Well, they're all 6'2" or bigger, it seems like. And they're just a huge team. And when you can take your middle and put her back outside, I mean, that's a nice luxury to have there, Coach.
Alexis Tice on the serve. That one hit the rafters. Coming back, Beecher. Yes. Siri Beecher, I mean, if you're into analytics, we were told that she has the fastest arm swing on this Dowling Catholic team.
And I'm not surprised. And what you saw there was a middle blocker for Waukee held with the middle. So one-on-one, Beecher's going to win that most of the time.
Dean out of the back. And how about getting involved? Ellie Moeller again with her second kill.
Both teams are so fun with their offenses. Right now you see Dowling kind of asserting themselves, but it's so early. We know Waukee has the exact same type of offense that they're capable of running.
Quick attack, it pays off. Northwest with the point. Chloe Hayes getting involved.
You know, most middles have that open. If they would tip where the second block comes from, like Waukee just did to that left front position, it's always open.
Much needed side out for Northwest. Nobody running away just yet. This one's going to be played up. How about the up for Dowling Catholic? Let's see if Northwest can counter the quick tip. And again, the pass is not crisp. Dowling Catholic will take the point there.
Exactly. Waukee's got to get more hands on the block, and it's tough, but they've got to slow down the kids a little bit more than they're doing just in the early part of the set.
Okay, there might be some nerves here, Coach.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, Dowling's so big that they've got to slow down their swings. There they go.
They go right to the middle. Might have found the donut in Dowling's defense. That time, Kate Hoover, who hit .429 against Centennial yesterday, gets Northwest with a side out here, 8-7 your score.
And Kate Hoover's kind of coming into her own and really has kind of dominated the last couple points here.
Dowling Catholic will get the point. That was deflected out. Hard charging in the middle. That time by Ella Rogers.
The crowd hates it when the line judges never called the touch, but it went off the block.
So now to Ashley Stahn, who last year played libero in the absence of Annalise Grant, who was out with an injury. Has switched roles and has been very competitive here for Dowling, but Waukee Northwest able to get the point there. That time, Vogt again.
And Kate Hoover setting that block. Kate had a nice series across the front there.
So about what we expected early on. Tight match. We're going to see it all morning long. This is Lockyer again. No touch. Northwest will get the point.
That set was just a little bit low. She needs to get that a little bit higher. She's got some tall hitters and get that set just quick, just a little bit higher off the net.
Fifth tie of the opening set. Dean can be played up by Pelds. Hayes with the swat. Dowling, can they answer? The block back in the middle by Hayes. Dean again. This time she gets it down.
That might be her spot. It looks like they're blocking her line and getting big hands on that. So she can cut that ball inside the block. That might be her bread and butter here until they make an adjustment.
Now to Annalise Grant. Missed all of last season due to a kneecap issue. Pelds, back row attack, handled by Dowling. The tap at the net and a little extra effort at the net. The little kiss put on the ball.
Well, and Ella Rogers, I hope she's aggressive this match as a setter and takes a lot of second hits. That one she didn't have a choice because it was tight, and she still got the kill. She's a talented setter.
Northwest will set it up, and what a shot from the outside by Logan Boat.
Same shot we just saw Dean hit, that cut inside the block and powered it down to about the 3-meter line, put it away.
Now Chloe Jones. A little too aggressive. First service error of this 5A championship.
Which is pretty amazing, really, when you think about it. Usually in the very start of the set, for a championship match, you see several misses, but these teams are remarkably calm.
Ava Gredicke on the rotation, now into the match here for Dowling Catholic. Pelds with the swat. It got blocked back by Gredicke, but a little too strong. Boy, Pelds, she's a firecracker, and she put a charge right into that ball.
She sure did. You usually don't see it blocked out of bounds. This direction, that went a long way.
Now we're going to see a challenge here by Dowling Catholic. The officials are going to come over. They'll huddle around Bob Fessler to see whether that was touched or not. Again, they can't use replay in high school volleyball, much like you can see in college. They're going to reverse the call after discussing it.
No, that was the call they made. Wasn't it off the block, out of bounds? Or did Bob mess up there? I can't believe he would do that. He's a buddy of mine.
So here we go, Cameron Vogt on the serve. Too strong.
And if you think that was a bad call on the out of bounds, and there was kind of divine intervention there on that miss.
So back at it, Mackenzie Dean will serve. What a storied career for the senior that's headed to Kansas to play volleyball.
You know, in this whole tournament, we see a lot of nice side out there by Logan Boyd, the freshman again. You see a lot of D1 commits already out of this tournament, and the state of Iowa just has great volleyball.
Even in the match of the year in college volleyball, Wisconsin and Nebraska, you still had a couple of Iowa athletes competing for each of those schools. As you see Dowling Catholic again get on the attack and get up by 2 here at 14-12.
You know, it used to be West Coast dominated the college scene, and now it's our Midwest. You see the Wisconsins, Nebraskas, Minnesotas, and they're doing it with Midwest kids. It's really nice to see that our areas are producing such fine volleyball play.
Let's see if Waukee Northwest can work with this. Dean will play it up out of the back with the up. Now to Beecher. It's Jones with the dig. Now to Pelds. Did it get in? Yes!
Nice deep corner.
(14-13) Dowling Catholic and Waukee Northwest really setting the tone for the entire day. Expecting competitive matches all the way through as that one gets down for the Maroons.
A little mishit, misdirection, changes up what the defense was planning on, and
Muller again with another kill. That's her third here of the opening set. Muller, a really good basketball player. Only player on this Dowling team that doesn't play AAU club during the offseason.
Wow.
She plays AAU basketball and is highly regarded. Division I recruit. Northwest doesn't care, though, right now, as Kate Hoover gets the side out.
Kate Hoover's a force right now this set. I'll tell you, that's not who I thought would take over the first set here for Waukee, and she's a senior. She's like second time here, third year for our school even being in existence.
Hayes able to keep that alive for Waukee Northwest. Does it again here with the up. Now to the middle, Bode's shot blocked back.
Nah,
and
thought they might call that.
Yep, little double hit. 16-14 your score. What we just still haven't seen the crispness of how these teams have played up until this point. We've seen glimpses.
We haven't seen them play a state championship either yet.
Right. As that one is hammered down.
Hoover.
By Hoover again.
Hoover vacuums better sign her to an NIL deal next year, wherever she goes to school, because she would be a great ambassador for their product.
Now Kate Lockyer, 27 assists in the match yesterday against Centennial. To Dean. Oh, good dig out of the back just to keep that one alive for Waukee Northwest. And Pelds.
What I've seen this week is that Dowling is so good on their slides and mixing things up. Waukee's done a good job putting up a double block on the outside pin, but when they mix it up to the middle or the right side, Dowling's been very effective.
Here's Grant. She'll serve it
Oh,
aggressively.
boy.
That hit tape, and it's an ace.
Sometimes when things go well,
you hit it hard enough.
yeah, break the top of the net.
And that's what Grant did. That's her 39th ace of the season.
Thought she was going to give 40 there.
Quick tap over. Pelds with the up.
Gonna work.
Northwest into the net.
Yeah, I think Ella Rogers can be even more aggressive, especially on the longer rallies.
Timeout going to be taken by Waukee Northwest. Dowling Catholic on a 3-point run here. They lead it by the largest margin here in the opening set by 4. It's been back and forth, and we had a chance to catch up with Mary Beth Wiska. She said she wanted her team to bring out their personalities. They've certainly got that going so far. Now for Waukee Northwest on the other side, what are you seeing out of these Wolves?
I think Dowling is feeling it right now, and they're committed to running a fast offense from pin to pin, and that makes it tough for that shorter team, Waukee, to try to read the center where the ball's going. One-on-one, one blocker with one hitter, Dowling's going to win most of those matchups.
I want to remind you, we do have the coaches mic'd up today. We'll join their huddles here throughout the matches today, and we really do appreciate each one of them allowing us to get some insight on what they're discussing inside those huddles. We'll have that throughout the match here today.
You know what? They never gave me a mic in the huddle. All 3 years they suspended those. I'm thinking that was on purpose.
So, Kathy, all those years, right? You've been in state championship matches. Instead of giving you a mic there on the court, they're going to give you it right here.
This is safer, trust me. I don't have to judge the officials over here.
Service errors, that one was long, so Waukee Northwest will try to march back into this one. Here's Jones.
Well, that's exactly what Coach wanted, a side out after a timeout.
Pelds, Katrina Pelds.
Now they're right back in it again.
Boy, she is the Energizer Bunny. She threw down the gauntlet yesterday saying, Dowling, we're coming, we're going to kick them. That's what she said in the post-game press conference yesterday.
It was just a great soundbite. Give me that kind of confidence any day from my athletes.
Pelds from the outside. What
nice
a shot.
Up, Annalise.
That's why she's going to Iowa State. Now to the outside, Pelds again. And Grant says, I got you. Now to the middle, the block back by Pelds.
Low setting in the middle.
Dean. Oh, Jones
nice
with the up. Now Pelds. Grant. The elbow kept it alive. Free ball here for Dowling. They go off the slide.
One on
Blocked
one.
back by Pells.
Katrina Pells, way to answer a one-on-one block. Here was just saying they had Dowling hadn't been stopped yet on that slide.
19-18. The Wolves of Waukee Northwest on a three-point run. Dean couldn't get square with the ball, and we're all knotted up at 19.
There you go, Waukee.
Sixth time here in the opening set we've been tied. Let's listen in to the Waukee Northwest huddle.
Your defense is outstanding, okay? Middles, even if you get beat, you still go, okay? Still go, because you can be there to pick up the tips. Guys, keep it up. The fire is good, okay? 1 point at a time. Block the tips. They've been blocked a couple times. They're going to get frustrated. Everybody talk this. 1, 2, 3, go.
That's exactly what I would have wanted my team to. As soon as you block the hitters a couple times, they become a little tentative and they're going to start tipping just to mix things up and get their confidence back. And she told the kids to watch out for that. I'll tell you, Katrina Pells, number 14 there for Waukee, she is pumped up and ready to go.
Jody Vogt, head coach at Waukee Northwest in her third season, bringing them here to the state championship match.
She's a tremendous coach, and it's not easy to have your kids on the team, and she really, I hope they appreciate how well she's done with that program.
How about an ace?
That's what they needed. Take the lead here.
Chloe Jones getting it done.
She's going to Oklahoma Christian next year.
And how she found that school, it's actually, as she picks up back-to-back aces. Jones, quite the story in her college selection. Her father commutes back and forth from Oklahoma up to Waukee to watch all, if not most, of her matches. He's here in attendance today, and that school's only a half an hour away from home, and just can't wait for that next level, but wants the championship here today. Pells, too strong. Side out for Dowling Catholic.
Dad won't be able to wait till that either. He'll be glad to have it right down the road. That was a good idea by Pells. It was a little long, but those corners are open for her.
Now the rotation. Ava Gredicke back in. Ella Rogers on the serve for Dowling Catholic. Coming down the home stretch here in the opening set. And Waukee Northwest continues to roll. Side out, Wolves.
Cameron Vogt, great job keeping that set in play. It was a little bit low. And her team needed that big side out.
Now to Cameron Vogt, the senior, the Northern Iowa recruit. Serves it hard to the back. Ston able to handle it. And the block at the net. How about that? Fist bumps all around. Chloe Hayes with the block. She had 5 blocks in the semifinals yesterday. And Dowling Catholic's going to burn their final timeout here in the opening set. 23-20 Waukee Northwest. Let's go inside that Dowling Catholic huddle.
We can improve. You guys have the capability to block those balls. Block for point mentality strong, okay? All right? Transition when you guys are heading, go high hands, all right? You guys are going a little slow at the end and we're being tentative. Let's go for it, okay? Hey, you got a 9 ball, okay? All right, hit a 1. If you get a good pass, don't be afraid to hit the 1, all right? And then and then you go to the zone 1. Hey, 1 3-point swing. Let's go. This is testing your grit. Believe in yourself. Here we go. Dowling, come on, come on.
You know, you got coach saying we should be controlling the net. And Waukee is kind of pushing through them right now. Right now, she told them to run a high ball on the outside or a quick in the middle. If it's a good pass, they're going to run a quick ball in the middle.
The whiteout for the Wolves student section today. Continue with Vogt serving. Rogers to the middle.
There you go.
The quick strike. How about that?
Nice call, coach.
Kate Nelson, she can literally jump out of the team. Probably one of the best verticals in the state, only at 5'9". Look at her sky.
And yeah, and what's really tough is Ella Rogers was a little bit off the net, and she let her hit her, gave her a perfect quick that she was able to put away. Tight ball. I wondered if they were going to call that for over, but must have broke the plane.
Now it gets a little tighter.
Just what we expected, wasn't it? 22-23, first set for the state championship.
Pelds. What a strike.
Don't let Pelds get going.
We're at set point. Waukee Northwest will bring in Avery Vogt to serve.
You know, Pells averages 4.5 kills a set, so they got to get her more involved. She is a fire leader.
And they got it. The opening set belongs to Waukee Northwest. So the Wolves strike first here in the Class 5A State Championship, 25-22. We'll have 4 when we return as you're watching the state championships here on Iowa PBS.
You're watching live coverage of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Championships on Iowa PBS. Stay tuned, more to come.
Coming up on the next episode of Iowa Life, explore a public art display in Mason City.
Oh, gee, oh, cool. How cool is that?
Meet a world-renowned wood carver from Storm Lake.
All I'm thinking about is one feather at a time.
And the sounds of Girls Rock Des Moines. That and more on the next Iowa Life.
Sunday morning at 10:30 on Iowa PBS.
From relationships between superpowers.
Hungry people are dangerous people.
To individuals just passing along an idea.
We were representing Iowa.
Iowans have been there to extend a hand in friendship or lift up people in need.
Dad just saw people hurting and he wanted to help.
These citizen diplomats took hold of a moment in time and built long-lasting relationships.
I would say I have moved the needle.
Monday at 8 p.m.
Native people are still here. We're not a stereotype. We're doing things to make a difference in this world.
Nobody's good at war. I have no choice but to fight for my country.
Could not imagine existence without the buffalo.
It's really great to work with oysters.
Here you go.
Whoa.
There's even more to love about Iowa PBS online. Discover fascinating parts of our state when you follow Iowa PBS on Instagram. Connect with us on all of our social media platforms at iowapbs.org/social.
Katrina Pelds leads the way for Waukee Northwest. 4 kills, 3 digs. She propels her team to a 25-22 opening set victory here against Dowling Catholic. Well, I tell you what, a mainstay here during the Girls State Volleyball Tournament is T-shirt maker Joe Leonetti. He's out of Des Moines, who says Extreme Arena and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union have partnered to make the event a memorable experience for fans and players. Well, the only T-shirt to be handed out next would be the state championship T-shirt, and what an opening set.
It was everything we expected, wasn't it? I mean, just strong athletes. No one really had long runs of mistakes. I mean, this is good volleyball.
Well, let's take a look at some of those highlights in that opening set, and there were plenty. Things got started for Dowling Catholic with Mackenzie Dean. She ended up with just 2 kills, but 4 digs. She was trying to get around that block all in that opening set.
When you've seen Waukee on those first couple months, both teams actually were successful hitting deep corners. And if they can do that, they've got more of an open court. I wouldn't send any ball to either libero.
Let's take a look at those statistics out of the opening set. As we mentioned, you know, a team effort for both of these squads, but 14 kills for Waukee Northwest. The 14 digs, the aces though, 4 for Northwest.
Yeah, and that's look at those are even stats, almost across the board, and yeah, it's those couple ace serves made a difference.
What do you think Coach Mary Beth Wiskus is drawing up here for the second set?
Start over. You know, let's just start over. That was let's eliminate 2 ace serves, and it's a different game. It's a 4-point swing.
So here we go. Things get started for Dowling Catholic as Stawn serve. The big blast in the middle. Grant with this spectacular up. Pelds out of the back row. Out of the middle. It's going to be blocked. Oh, the force is in the middle. Muller able to redirect that shot.
You know, and I'd say the Twin Towers, but they're that height all the way across the net. So, Tri-Towers, I guess. You got the whole all the way across at 6'2".
And the service error will tie this one up at 1. Just getting started. The 5A championship now. A little bit later on, the 4A championship. Both Indianola and North Scott going for their school's first ever state volleyball championship, and an ace. Chloe Jones again.
You know, that's one way to keep the top hitting team in the state from their offense is keep them off balance with the serve. And Waukee is executing to perfection. Once again, they can't run an offense off that.
Dean handled out of the back by Pelds. The quick tap over, quick hands there by Dowling Catholic. And the back pass and the block. Dean this time.
Yeah, and the 2 blocks that Dowling's opened up with in this set were both high, tight sets. Run it faster, get the ball off the net.
Now to Annalise Grant. Pelds. Big swat, another kill for Katrina Pelds.
With Pelds' intensity, I'd like to see the Green Bay Packers sign her next year, to be honest with you. And maybe my team would be a little bit better.
She was all sorts of fired up, and for good reason, but
yeah.
What Coach Jody Vogt said, she's that way all year.
Yeah, I can see it.
Never lets up. Dowling doesn't either at the net, as Dean again blocks that one back. We're tied at 3.
I'm glad our chairs are comfortable, because this is going to be a long match. At least it's going to be good volleyball.
We hope you're enjoying it in the comforts of your home or wherever you may be. Through technology, who knows, with auto steer on, you might be out harvesting, watching this one today. Again, Dowling Catholic able to garner the point as that ball actually ended up in the stands. As we'll get ready to serve it up again with Ella Rogers. 4-3, Jones back row attack and pays off. Side out Northwest, we're tied at 4.
You know, you can just tell these teams, I think maybe there's less nerves because these teams are so familiar with each other. You know, I'm sure it's just like, all right, we got another conference match.
There's been a lot of action, though, inside of that 10-foot line. It was bound to happen, though, as you see another ace, or excuse me, service here out there by Waukee Northwest. They're serving very aggressively. But inside of that 10-foot line, I mean, is there anybody really gaining a huge advantage?
Defensively?
Yeah.
Oh, my heavens. I think they're pretty equally matched. When you got big kids, 6'2", 6'1", playing the backcourt, many times they're not as quick defensively, and you may have, depending who's backcourt, and more opportunity to score on tips.
Kate Hoover with the kill there. That's her 3rd of this championship match.
Waukee's putting everything on their serving.
Battle at the net. Pelds will play it up. Now to Jones. Oh, it's swatted back. Jones will find it. And we're going to see a whistle.
There was no way
point.
Chloe Hayes was ready for that quick. She hadn't transitioned off the net. But just by swinging, she got a blocking error on the other side, and she got the kill.
Katrina Peld serves. Beecher shot too hard.
I'd like to see Dowling calm down a little bit on their passing, get the setter pass to her zone, in her zone, and run a faster offense.
Double hit?
Backcourt attack.
Backcourt attack. Beg your pardon.
She tried to bring it back and reach over, but there wasn't much she could do. She needed to be at 1 inch taller.
8-5 your score. Northwest. Pelds will put it in play.
That's in. That's
And
a good
shot?
spot. Nope, just out.
Just out.
Good idea, though. That's always an open area in the court.
An attack error will give Dowling Catholic a side out. And it'll bring Alexis Tice into the match to serve. The southpaw bringing it. Katrina Pelds.
Nice up by the setter. I didn't think setters played defense.
Jostling at the net, and the Northwest Wolves again.
I guess that was just my setters never played defense.
9-6 your score. You mentioned it, Dowling in their passing here. It's been suspect here in the second set.
And now I think that you're going to start feeling a little pressure. You know, they need someone to step up with,
An ace!
And that's their best passer. I mean, that's an All-American defensive player back there. Yeah, that's a good timeout, Coach.
Chloe Hayes collects another ace. And the Wolves go up by 4.
The body language now in that other huddle is a little telling.
Let's go inside of that Dowling huddle.
All right, hey, we'll get the pass going. Middles, you guys are super effective, so make sure you guys are up, okay? Make sure you guys are up. Keep serving at, keep hitting at zone 1, all right? Hey, we're better first floor right now. You guys are getting some good blocks, all right? We're gonna get these passes to you. You guys be ready. Expect the set every single time, all right? Keep the block strong. Hey, let's move the block out a little bit when you're in. Just a little bit, like a little bit towards the pin. All right, everybody good? Okay, hey, let's get together, get together. You guys good? Get together, get together. Hey, hitters are ready, let's just get going. We'll get the pass going, we'll get after it, okay? Hey, show your personalities, okay? We need a couple of leaders to bring up the communication. Championship mentality communication, okay? Come on, do your part. Everybody, here you go, go. Down.
Something new that Dowling Catholic implemented this year, Coach, was they do weekly mental trainings. They take an hour each week, kind of a stress-free zone to really avoid stress. It might be paying off here. Let's see if it helps out.
Exactly.
Grant with the up, the quick slap. Back row attack here by Pelds. Grant able to find it. Out of the middle, Moeller, her shot redirected back by Cameron Vogt.
You know, and she's had a couple of those, and she's got to be the shortest middle in the tournament, which is funny to say at her height, because she's still close to 6 foot, but she's very effective. She's got a great vertical, really effective at the net. Waukee Northwest is feeling it right now, PJ.
They certainly are. Largest lead.
Right here is what they need, yep.
And that's what Dowling Catholic needed, wanted, and received, was a side out.
You know, and Siri Beecher's a junior, and sometimes juniors are a few less pressure than the seniors.
Now Maddie Chapman in to serve. She actually suffered a concussion earlier this year. Able to come back and has been strong down the stretch. Grant
Nice save.
able to get a hand on it. Now Dean. Vogt to the outside. That's Jones. Got in. Side out Northwest. Can read the lips of Chloe Jones. I thought that was out. Pelds will put it up now to the outside. The quick swing and the hammer brought down by Logan Vogt.
Dowling has no offense right now, and they just need a change. They need a couple points in a row to get their confidence back. Everybody that's been around volleyball knows what a momentum sport that is, but you can't let this become a big bleed. You got to stop it now.
Beecher Has it blocked, but blocked out.
Couple kills for Beecher in this series. Wiped it right off the block.
Now Stawn into serve. Beecher out with the rotation. Grant with the good dig.
There you go.
Now to the middle, and they find Moeller.
All you have to do is see the pass to know it's going to be a side out or get a point.
I mentioned this is the 4th time that these two teams have met one another this season, so they know each other very well. Northwest, do you feel like they're doing a really good job keeping Dean out of the picture?
Well, they have not passing the ball. They're not in system. And right now, clearly, Northwest is the aggressive team. I mean, they're swinging on every ball. They don't think they can be stopped, and that's a dangerous combination when you have good athletes that think they can't be stopped.
Jones with her 3rd kill. Moeller off the slide. Coming back to Dean. That was deflected. And Dowling Catholic will get the point.
And that time you really saw Dean reach high on that and hit it off those hands and off the block. She's capable of doing that at 6'2", reach more at the apex of that ball.
Here's Pelds.
That was a big approach.
She can't be stopped today.
Yeah, she was about 22 feet off the net for her transition. And you knew it wasn't going to be a tip. If she'd come back with that approach and then tip it, there wouldn't be anybody within 25 feet of the ball.
Back to a 5-point advantage. Waukee Northwest took the opening set, 25-22. An ace for both. Now a 6-point margin.
Sometimes it's not easy being number 1. I think you feel just a little more pressure.
At the net, the
there
block
you
back.
Go.
The height pays off for Dowling Catholic as Rogers. How about that? A 6'1" setter. A lot of things you can do with a setter at that height.
When she's aggressive at the net, I mean, that's just my prototype setter that I would love to have. Very nice job. She knew exactly what she wanted to do with that ball.
You and every other coach in the country.
Exactly, and left-handed. Did I mention left-handed?
The
there
block.
You go.
Dean! And a little bit of a facial. Let's see if that gets Dowling going.
I think it will. Dean's doing some chest bumps out there. She's fired up. She's matching Peld's intensity on the other side of the net. That's what they needed.
Got to hold the serve. Pelds again. Grant played it up but over. Again to the middle. Very strong is Waukee Northwest. This time Katie Lockyer. I beg your pardon, Chloe Hayes with the kill.
You know, and it's nice when both teams attack middle because some of their shorter hitters are in the middle, some of their shorter blockers, and then you have that result, you know. And the middle blockers are cheating to the pin, to the outsides, because that's where both teams' offense is coming from, it's the outsides.
Hayes had 6 kills in the semi. She's got 5 today.
Great up. Wow.
Jones with the back row attack. Now off the slide, Dowling. Too strong.
That was the right play, though.
Northwest back up by 6. That's Katrina giving the big bump to her younger sister, Anna Pelds, as Waukee Northwest is rolling.
When you got a sophomore libero kicking back there for Northwest.
I think I'm just going to keep going asking.
Let's listen into their huddle.
Hey, ladies, 1 point at a time, okay? You keep the momentum on our side. You guys aggressive serving. Be ready for tips. Be ready for the setter, okay? Let's do this. Let's go. Let's go, ladies. Hey, right here. Let's go. Sharp. Finish. Let's go. Wolves on 3. 1, 2, 3, Wolves. I was trying to tell Katie that.
So the Wolves up by 6, 18-12. What do you think of the approach now?
like she said, it's 1 point at a time. This whole set, Dowling feels like they're just pushing against the wall. Dowling needs to get a side out here and then get the momentum going. I mean, they're a good team and they know how to beat Waukee, and I keep wanting to say Waukon. You can tell I'm not a professional like you are, BJ, but they need to slow Waukee down at the net, without question. Dowling's #1 for a reason.
Well, don't forget the Northwest either.
I know it.
Waukee Northwest.
I can't add all those.
Now.
Yeah, I know they do. And they're both still good.
Very good.
Like Ankeny schools.
Dean. That'll be 4 hits.
You know, and Coach called that for Northwest. She said, watch for the roll shot, watch for the tip. And that's what Dean was doing there.
Now their largest lead here at 7. Wolves ready to go at it with Avery Boat. Now to Dean. Oh, the block!
They've got to go to somebody else right now.
Hayes.
These are some competitive female athletes out here. You'd love to see the intensity and just that fire from them.
What balance for Northwest up and down their lineup. And they certainly have the top seed rattled here.
They absolutely do. You know, and even if this is too big of a hole to dig out of, and we know it's not in volleyball, but Dowling could lose this set and be okay, but they need to get some momentum going into that 3rd set.
Kaylee Klein, the freshman, in now for Dean. And Northwest will continue to roll. Siri Beecher on the rotation will come back in.
That was a huge side out. Flipped the line, stayed in. They needed that side out big time.
Now here's the freshman.
A lot of pressure on a freshman server.
Kaylee Klein this season. Able to get that one in. Northwest.
Oh.
They played it around the pin, so Dowling Catholic starting to build. A couple of points here.
And that's what they need. Even if they fall short this set, they can easily win 3, 4, 5. That's got to be their mentality.
Now Klein ready to go to work again.
Tough serve.
That strike too hard. Attack air. Northwest with the side out.
Few unforced hitting errors for Dowling. I would like to see some of those quick sets a little bit higher for those hitters. Gonna call lift.
Lift on the ball. Northwest has been serving fancy here in the 5A championship.
They're keeping them on the heels because of their serving. They're really aggressive.
Beecher.
You knew that.
Back by Hayes.
Those 2 blockers were already out there before the ball got set. Because of where the pass was, they knew there was only one option, and that was go to the outside.
We're at set point. Northwest trying to go up 2-0. Katrina Pelds. Hayes with the tap over. Hayes again with the block, forced the issue and went into the net.
A little too aggressive. And would have been the set too.
Now back into serve, Alexis Tice. Still at set point. Pelds with the up to Vogt. Now to Hayes. And the star of the second set closes out the second set. Waukee Northwest wins it 25-15. They're just a set away from bringing their school their first ever state volleyball championship. Can they sweep it? We'll find out when we return here on Iowa PBS.
You're watching live coverage of the Girls State Volleyball Championships on Iowa PBS. Stay tuned. More to come.
I remember pulling my headgear away from my head because it was so loud in Hilton of people cheering against you.
Crowd is on its feet at Hilton Coliseum.
This was probably one of the greatest teams of all times.
Iowa has won 36 straight dual meets.
And one of the greatest duels of all times. Iowa State, it's one of the best shows on earth.
Coming to Iowa PBS November 20th.
Join Iowa PBS as we explore the arts and the architecture within the historic buildings of Iowa, Mason City, and Clear Lake.
Coming to Iowa PBS November 18th.
The thing about Native women leaders, they have that toughness, that backbone.
I will continue to fight for our most vulnerable people. There's always work to be done.
I'm proud to say that I am a Native designer. I embrace that.
As a woman, it's a part of my responsibility to take care of the environment. We owe her our life.
Tuesday evening at 8 on Iowa PBS.
There's even more to love about Iowa PBS online. Find interesting stories and connect with fellow Iowans when you follow Iowa PBS on Facebook. Connect with us on all of our social media platforms at iowapbs.org/social.
You're watching Statewide Iowa PBS.
After 2 sets, Waukee Northwest just 1 set away from winning the 5A state championship. They take the second 25-15. Oh, impressive. Well, what also is impressive is the players' lounge. Behind the scenes look here. It's an off-court spot for athletes just to chill out. Keep an eye on current matches and unwind in between games. Like maybe challenge a friend to a tabletop cornhole or claim a seat on the throne as the queen of the court. What a fun atmosphere it's been here in Coralville.
This is such a nice experience for the girls. So well-rounded, not just all the pyrotechnics and everything else, how they treat every player that walks in this building.
All right, so what's Dowling Catholic got to do to get back into this?
They've got to get out of the gates fast right now. They're against it right now. They need to get their confidence back and get Dean 3 or 4 kills right here and switch it all around and dig your way back.
Well, you see the statistics, see the kill numbers, but it's been the aces 7 serving aggressively and the blocks. Dowling was the top blocking team in 5A. They've been out-blocked here so far.
Well, that's all because, you know, the service aces, BJ, is just part of the story because there was another 7-1 balls that were so far off the net they couldn't run the offense. You know, and that's going to help your blocking stats as well.
These two out of the Central Iowa Metro League, unquestionably the strongest league in 5A. You had 6 teams qualify for the state tournament, 3 in the semifinals, and now you have 2 in the championship. Northwest actually finished 3rd in the CIML. Dowling Catholic took the top spot. Centennial finished 2nd of Ankeny. And this opening point will belong to Waukee Northwest.
That was a big point on both sides of that. It showed Northwest that they're still, this is them, this is theirs, and it's going to make Dowling question themselves a little bit. But it was a nice play. I wouldn't be afraid to go back to it.
Katie Lockyer's serve handled. Now to Dean.
That's
the rest paid off. Dean with the kill to tie this one up at 1.
I think you're going to see Dowling respond. Coach knows how to get her team going, and they've been up against it all year like this. They know what they're doing.
Annalise Grant had the hard serve. Dowling Catholic able to smash it back home.
I don't think that was a smash.
No,
that looked like more of a tap back. It was a point. It's a wall. It's a point. And it's what they needed, 2 in a row.
It was too high, Coach.
Okay, all right, I'll give you that.
That's a service error. Northwest will tie this one up at 2.
A game of inches. That falls in. So that's all Dowling would have needed to just explode with confidence.
How about Chloe Jones, ace specialist today? Well, that was a burner just over the top of the net, but Dowling Catholic, they're getting their offense going. It's all flowing through Ella Rogers. Her passing's been really crisp here through the first couple of points in the third set.
Oh, absolutely. And I think Dowling needs to keep going to the middle. I think they're having a hard time stopping. They've been blocking both pins, but they're not stopping the middle. I think Dowling needs a focus there. And it doesn't have to be their middles that hit it. They can bring their outside in.
Okay, a couple of back-to-back service errors here for Dowling Catholic, which does not help. We're tied at 3.
That's what gives you gray hair in your 30s.
Now ready to go, Cameron Vogt.
Nice save.
Pelds, handled by Grant.
There
To the
you go.
middle, and they're able to find their spark plug and Kate Nelson.
When you got two players are pretty even in height in the middle there, but Dowling's very effective right now in the middle. Tough serve.
Dean with the ace.
I think 1 or 2 more points, I'd consider calling timeout.
Dean again, this time a service error. The third of this third set.
If they lose this set, if Dowling loses this set, they're going to look back at those unforced errors.
Now Waukee Northwest with Avery Vogt. Grant with the dig, now to Rogers. To the outside, that swat gets down. Ava Gredicke able to get the kill.
Gredicke's just a sophomore. Love to see a sophomore stepping up in that situation.
Back into action. That will get in. Northwest finding
Hoover.
everybody. Kate Hoover.
Yep. The star of the first set. I think Dowling's putting it on the line. They're going to serve tough, and if they miss some, fine. But let's get our serving to put Waukee out of system.
Now Katrina Pelds. Dean with the up. The block, but out. Boy, when you're charging in at the net, Ellie Moeller saw the block coming, and Coach, I think she gave it some extra energy.
Yeah. The middles are on fire right now for Dowling, without question.
Now to Maddie Chapman.
There's a good pass.
Pelds had it knocked back. Now, look at that. Siri Beecher.
Now you're seeing the attitude that Dowling needs to have. Beecher came through a couple times when they were struggling before.
Largest lead here of the third set, up by 3. Rogers off the slide to Moeller. And it looks like
we have somebody down.
We have an injured. It's Hayes. And slid under the net. She's hobbled. Talking to her head coach, Jody Vogt. Let's take a look at this. And her foot, her left
stepped
ankle.
on her teammate. No way she wants to come out.
No way you're going to get her out.
No.
Point to Dowling Catholic, 9-5. Hayes, shot blocked back at the net. Rogers. Now Dowling is rolling. Waukee Northwest going to take a timeout.
That's exactly the start Dowling needed in this third set.
Let's go to the Waukee huddle.
they keeping Hayes out? Did they pull her out? Yep.
So far, Chloe Hayes remains on the bench. I think they're going to pull her out. She's getting attended to by the trainers. Again, it's that left ankle, just trying to stretch it out.
I think it's already been stretched out.
Trying to get the blood flowing again.
Yeah, I think they just wanted to see, make sure there was no injury in there, and they just got range of motion.
Look at that determination.
Yep.
By that 5'11" senior. You mentioned it. She's not going to come out on her own.
Nope, absolutely not.
Dowling up by 5. Largest lead for them of the match.
Yeah, it's their toughest serving of the series. So I think that was a very conscious effort or decision to the heck with serving high percentage. We're going to go serving tough.
Boat to Hayes. It's blocked back at the net. Dowling able to force the issue. Somehow Jones was able to get underneath of that. Now Beecher, what a swat.
And Hayes was really late on that block, and I couldn't see from our angle if it's because she held. Yeah, she held with the jump set in the middle. That's why she was late. I was wondering if it was her ankle.
Well, the alarm clock certainly has gone off for Dowling Catholic here in the third set. And the block is there. Guess who? Beecher.
Beecher.
Waukee Northwest up 2-0, taking the opening set 25-22, winning the second 25-15. Dowling, though, trying to reverse it here in the third, up by 7. Jones' shot. It gets down. What a side out for Waukee Northwest. Needed.
Very needed.
Now Hayes will come out. And for Waukee Northwest, going to go a little bit deeper into their bench. Kaylee Cords, the 5'9" senior, will come in for Hayes. She serves.
Wow.
And how about that? Ringing the bell with an ace.
That's a good way to enter the game for the state championship, is with an ace serve.
And by the way, that is her second of the season.
Oh, good for her.
This Wolves lineup, Coach Jody Vogt said they're deep, they're talented, their practices are rugged because they have so much depth. Cords with the up, that's Pels, just mishit it. Side out Dowling Catholic.
Great job, Kayla Cords. I thought she might miss that second serve after the first ace, and ice in her veins.
Maroons coming into this championship match at 32-7. One of those losses this season was to an out-of-state team out of Kansas. See a lift. Dowling Catholic will get the point here. And how that match came about, Coach Mary Beth Wiskus takes her team to a team camp down in Kansas. And they got to know another high school team, a powerful team out of the Kansas City area. And scheduled a regular season match. You're allowed to do that now. And now it may be paying off when you face higher competition as Dowling Catholic continues to pile it on here in the third set.
Well, they're owning the net. They are absolutely controlling everything on offense and defense right now. I wondered who that St. Joseph's team was that beat them 3-0, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They must be a powerhouse.
Ranked number 1 in Kansas. As that one is blocked out, Waukee Northwest will get a much-needed side out. Dowling Catholic in the state championship a decade ago, facing a loaded Bettendorf squad that had 6 Division I players, as that is going to be a service error for Northwest. You can feel in the arena here how the momentum has changed.
Exactly. This is the first time we've heard the Dowling boys crowd behind us here. That's a nice play.
To the middle and the kill. Chloe Jones.
I think that's the first time they ran that play where they had a quick and then they shot it across from the other team setter. Love that play. We used to run that a lot.
Now Jones to serve.
Tough, tough, tough.
Pelds tried to fire it back. Played up by Dean. She'll get it back on the return from Rogers. Pelds will put it in play. To Boat. Grant with the sliding up. Going back deep is Strawn. Now the back row attack. Northwest at the net. Nobody home. Just a misfire on the pass. It was there.
Katie Lockyer really seems like she's setting on this and sliding sideways as she sets. Maybe they could have her release a little bit quicker. Nice save.
Grant to Dean. And how about Katrina Pelds?
Credit Kate Locklear for that one. She gets hands on more balls that are just barely tipped or reflections. She's kept a lot of balls alive today. You'd think she was a D-spec.
Now to Cameron Vogt.
It's time if Waukee's going to make a run this set.
Served it aggressively, just missed.
It's amazing how the errors mount up when you're behind. You start pressing. I don't care if you're 17 or 37 or 67.
Now to Dean. Northwest. Dowling on the attack.
See what the freshman can do.
Was it deflected? No. No touch. Northwest will get the point.
Hell, who's doing a nice job is this Avery Boat setting as a sophomore. That's not easy to set a team with all these seniors as a sophomore.
You need a side out just to keep the momentum going. Rogers finding Beecher.
This might be a statement win for Dowling, and that's exactly what they need.
Now Tice is served.
Oh boy, that's danger.
Jones able to go to the front row at the tap. Boat put it up. Good dig out of the back by Dean. Dowling will get it over. Hustle play. And Northwest will close it down, though, with Kate Hoover.
That's a big swing by Hoover. Nice set by Boyd.
7-point advantage here for Dowling. The Waukee Northwest Wolves starting to creep back into it here in the third set. Pelds
nice
with the up, but that was
great
too
swing.
strong. Muller again.
And Ellie Muller's another a standout sophomore that these two squads have.
What a competitor. Now to Maddie Chapman. Jones, too strong. Now down the home stretch here for Dowling Catholic in the third set.
This is exactly what the doctor ordered him. You needed to have a spanking here on this third set to get their confidence back. And let's push this to 5 sets.
Jones, and deflected up. Rogers to the middle to Muller. Got handcuffed. And Northwest finds the opening. Guess who's back in and making an impact? Chloe Hayes.
You know, the thing is about pushing that ball deep, is you're making Mackenzie Dean play more defense. Tire her out. I'd send every ball deep corners when Dean's back there. Tire her out before she's back in the front court.
Rogers.
Nice job.
Making it happen. Quick touch in the middle.
Yeah, and I'm never a fan on the serve receive to dump because usually the defense is in base. I'm sure she's such a good setter. She looked and saw an opening way before that pass came to her.
Stahn will serve.
Nice up. You're seeing Dowling play much better defense, too, this set.
22-14. Waukee Northwest took the opening set 25-22. They had to come from behind late to win that opening set. Won the second set going away 25-15. Now Dowling here in the third. Doing some damage. Dean that time has it blocked back. In the middle with Boat.
When I think she was goofy-footed on that, I don't think she got to transition the whole way. I believe her right foot was in front, and then you saw her really turned away from the net, and they counted for the hitting error.
Muller with the tap. To the outside, that's Hayes.
Thought there was a touch.
Or Jones.
Nope.
No touch. (23-15). And to Annalise Grant. Trying to find Dean. Blocked at the net. Kept alive.
Nice. Run it fast.
Rogers to the middle. Grant will find it for Dowling. Back to Dean. And that time, Waukee Northwest was waiting with Logan Boat to close out the point.
They needed that. I'll tell you, I would stop letting my team send any balls left back. Annalise Grant, libero for Dowling, is just phenomenal. And they've got to stop letting her start the offense.
At the net, the battle won by Boat.
Don't serve her, don't send free balls there, don't hit at her. Be more strategic.
Northwest starting to make some noise late here in the third.
That's a nice play.
Kate Nelson, Rogers setting her up for the quick attack.
Here we go.
Now we're at set point. So Dowling Catholic ready to serve it with Ella Rogers. Pelds. Rogers will play it up. Now to Grant. Dowling able to push it across with Gredicke. Now Boat.
There you go.
And they slam it shut with Kate Nelson. Dowling Catholic trying to march their way back in here to the 5A championship. Northwest, though, maintains the lead at 2-1 as you're watching the Class 5A state championship here on Iowa PBS.
Your men need you.
Seems pretty conclusive.
I could make it worth your while.
He's got himself embroiled with a gangster.
Are you trying to get me killed? I can't go back to how it was before. We need you. We hold the line at all costs.
This is the fight now.
You don't have to turn everything into an investigation. There's always someone watching.
Sunday evening at 7 on Iowa PBS.
It's a war
China is beating the United States in tech-heavy industries.
over technology.
Everybody in the world is talking about 5G.
From healthcare, education, manufacturing, China got the message of what could 5G do.
But can they do it alone?
China is at least 5 to 15 years behind the U.S. in semiconductor technologies.
Inside China's tech boom on Nova.
Wednesday evening at 8 on Iowa PBS.
Sometimes in life you have those moments in all its glory.
With singing, dancing, magicians.
Yeah! Just what I wanted for Christmas. We have much to be grateful for.
The platypus have been granted this window into their world.
Can you tell me the truth?
What do you remember?
You're watching Statewide Iowa PBS.
Well, how about this? Everybody's starting to come to the Extreme Arena here in Coralville. They're getting ready for the next game. You see Indianola fans mixing it in with North Scott fans. We're in the 5A championship, though. Waukee Northwest leads it 2-1. Coach, Dowling Catholic gets back into it with some hustle.
Well, they did it based on how they played all year. Powerful attacks, controlling the net, and Waukee has got to get Pelds back in the game. But, you know, it was hard because they stopped serve receiving, but Pelds cannot go through the front court without an attempt.
Well, let's take a look at some highlights here out of the third set. Dowling Catholic needed it. You know, Northwest started out on fire again with Chloe Jones, but the middles were very strong for Dowling in the third set.
Oh, they did. They at the start of that set, they controlled everything. We kept saying they go to the middles, they've been effective.
So here we go to the fourth set.
Service aces still
are 8-3 in favor of Waukee Northwest. See that kill number, though, pretty high. Dowling Catholic, obviously with the victory, but had their best hitting percentage in that third set. Finding Dean helps out a lot.
Oh, absolutely. And their middles were very effective, too. That was the best they've looked offensively today.
So we get things started here in the fourth set. We'll play to the outside. The quick tap over by Boat. Rogers trying to go with the quick strike that time out of Moeller. Back at it with Dean. No deflection. Northwest will open up with the opening point. So Waukee Northwest trying to figure things out here in the fourth after dropping the third set off the roll. Rogers goes back row. Vogt, her shot smashed back by Dean. Side out Dowling Catholic, we're tied at 1.
When freshmen get older, they realize what a 6'2" blocker is. I mean, it just is. It's a growing curve, and I mean, she's a great player. You have to have her out there.
Annalise Grant. Free ball here for Dowling.
Can't do that and get back in this set.
Quick strike, though. Nelson shot handled. Rogers to the middle. And the block is there for Waukee Northwest. Both that time redirected it back.
Yeah, Cameron, she's not very big. Boy, she's just a good blocker. Very athletic.
Now she'll serve. Dean. Played back up. Opportunity here for Dowling. Back row attack. Not enough on it for Chloe Jones.
Not a lot of options if your timing's off on a backcourt attack. And Chloe's struggling. I would stay away from her a little bit, let her get her confidence back. For heaven's sakes, give Pelds the ball. Big swing.
Played up, but they're going to say that was hit twice.
He called double hit on that?
Yes.
Or lift. Double hit on the second. So they could have a double hit on the first touch, but not on the second touch.
Northwest will maintain their lead. Ready to go at it with Avery Vogt. To the outside, Dean. To Northwest.
There's a
and
girl.
They said that got in. How about that? Down the line. Able to find Hoover. It's her sixth kill of the state championship match.
And it seems so much bigger than that. She's, you know what? Because she's had opportune ones. Nice effort.
Pelds trying to hustle that ball down, but Dowling Catholic will get the side out. Now to Mackenzie Dean. Hoover. Was it deflected? Yes. Boy, Kate Hoover has been steady all championship.
She's my favorite right now because she's coming up with the big ones. You know what I mean? When their team needs them, she's delivering. We're going to call her the mailman. She delivers. There's Jones. That's what Jones needed.
Pretty balanced attack today for Waukee Northwest. Who they're going to go to, they have 4 players with 7 kills each. Jones, Pelds, Hoover, and Hayes.
That's a tough serve.
Beecher able to put a charge into it. Side out, Dowling Catholic.
Yeah, you can't single block there.
This one more competitive as we get into the 4th set.
When you wonder how Chloe Hayes' ankle is, because it's the second time she hasn't gotten out to the outside on her block. We know she sprained that ankle stepping on her teammate.
Jones with another kill. Side out Northwest.
Ashley Jones' confidence needed that so bad.
Chloe Hayes will drop back to serve.
Let's see if she serves Dean. Yep. No. I bet that's not where it's supposed to go. Nice hit. Nice job.
And Dowling Catholic gets the side out. Tell us what you mean. That's not where it's supposed to go. Where do you think they were trying to attack
absolutely
there?
trying to serve middle of this court at Jones, or at Dean. You can't serve Annalise. Once again, though, Greta Key, delivers on a big swing on the right side. She's an impressive sophomore.
Now
and a team of stars, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Both of these two teams loaded.
There's a perfect set. Now we got to deliver.
Off the tape.
Not
Hoover
pretty.
will take it.
Not pretty, but you know they'll take that point. Once again, the mailman delivers. We have to find Hoover after the game and let her know her new name.
Senior coming through big here in the 5A championship.
There's a swing.
What Dowling needed, they got. Ellie Moeller.
Great job by Moeller.
Dowling now back within 2.
When Dowling passes a ball, they've got a formidable offense. Where should they struggle today is when their passes aren't on.
Back row attack by Pelds. Quick dump.
Out.
And it pays off. Ella Rogers showing her skills.
So that's on the left front blocker. You have to jump up with the front court setter.
This one is going to be tied.
simple sport. Who's passing, who's not passing.
And you can see Chloe Hayes continues to get worked on. Injured her left ankle partway through the third set. To the outside, Dean. And Dowling Catholic has their first lead here in the fourth set.
This is like throwing chum in the water for sharks. You've got to have an attack. You've got to pass the serve. Get them starting to doubt themselves. Because right now, Dowling's feeling it, just like Waukee was earlier in the set, or the match. That's out.
Going to be ruled out. Maroons now on a 4-point run. Stawn again, this time a service error.
But they're serving aggressive. We said that since they were down 0-2. They're really coming back and serving aggressive.
Now to Chloe Jones.
Nice.
And
they needed that.
9th of this championship match.
All right, Waukee, you got to get Pelds involved. She's been too quiet this set.
Off the slide. It's handled by the Wolves.
There you go. Nice up back there.
Stawn able to find it to Dean. Pelds. Grant right in position. Moeller's opportunity knocked down. Stawn will keep it up. To Dean. Now to Pelds. Oh, what a point.
Grant saying, no way, Pelds. It's not happening if you're keeping in the shot.
Pelds went soft. Dowling counters. And Dean will finish. What a point.
Boy, both teams' barrels were fun to watch in that exchange. They just kept balls alive. You had Pelds and Grant both just bringing up ball after ball after ball. No one will ever accuse me of being a defensive coach, but I sure can appreciate good defense.
So Annalise Grant will serve.
Give her the ball.
Now to Pelds. Blocked back in the middle.
Nice.
That time they went high, but too hard. Maroons go up by 2. And a timeout going to be taken here by Waukee Northwest. Let's go inside of that Dowling Catholic huddle.
Hey, don't do your normal thing. Don't get too tight. Just a normal, like, whatever you hit off the net. Just don't get too tight so you feel like you trap yourself. Just normal you, okay? All right. Yes. Hey, when the middle serves, you got that tip zone 4. When the middle serves, you got the tip zone 4, okay? Hey, way to pursue every ball. Remember, focus on how you do the things, the little things. Make sure you let yourself be great. All right, come on. Cover, cover, here we go. Down it. Hey, cover, stay in system. Cover and stay in system.
So what she was saying was when their middle backs, middle hitters serve, tip the ball. Zone 4 is open. They don't think that Waukee's middle blockers playing defense can pick that ball up. And that's what I say. The same thing with Katie Dean, going after Dean, Mackenzie Dean. Waukee, I think, could exploit her a little bit in the backcourt as well.
Heard a comment in there. They're tired. We're not.
Yep.
From the back row, Grant with the up.
Oh.
And we're going to see a lift. Or make it a double hit. 12-11 side out Northwest.
Stop hitting the ball to Grant. Nice.
The block back. Guess who's involved? Chloe Hayes, the ankle looking good.
She's like, what ankle?
So Northwest, after the timeout, able to battle back from a 2-point deficit to tie it up by 12. Table stakes here for the Wolves. Win this set, win yourself your school's first state volleyball championship. Dean has something to say about it.
Yep, you got to get a strong right hand to block against somebody like Mackenzie Dean. Push that ball back into the court. Think we're going to be nip and tuck the rest away here?
Should be. Ella Rogers.
That was a good pass.
Has 35 assists into this fourth set.
That's what they need.
And Pelds, well, she just collected her 8th kill.
Hey, between Pelds and Hayes, one of them is going to hurt the other one. The way they keep chest pumping and pushing each other, yelling, let's go. I'd be like, knock that stuff off until the game's over. You're going to hurt somebody.
Tied at 13.
Nice serve.
Oh, they're tough, Coach.
Not for Grant.
And look at that. They find Kate Nelson.
Maybe you can't serve away from Annalise Grant.
Side out, Dowling Catholic. Hoover, block back. Now to Pelds. Block back again, and how about
Big
this?
block.
Kate Nelson, only 5'9". She had 5 blocks in their last matchup against Northwest in the regular season. And now playing big here.
I just love the attitudes on both sides of this court.
Now a 2-point advantage here for Dowling Catholic again. Beecher. Free ball here for Dowling. Rogers trying to get Gredicke going. Rogers again to the outside to Beecher. Played up by Grant. Rogers to the middle. That's been the quick strike of Kate Nelson.
And Nelson did a really good job when she cuts the ball back towards zone 1 on Waukee. They're shading her strong to her left side, and she keeps cutting it back to her right. That's wide open.
Right in the middle. Pelds attack handled by Dowling. Beecher. And Siri Beecher gets another kill. That's going to be her 10th. Maroons getting some breathing room here. Rogers back to the middle. And guess who closes it out? Kate Nelson. Five-point advantage.
You know, we saw the wheels fall off for Dowling early in the match. And right now, Waukee's going through the same thing.
Jody Boat takes her final timeout for Waukee Northwest.
And she had to. Her kids aren't passing. They're lacking their confidence.
Some of that juice they had after that second set has gone away. 18-13.
And it's hard to maintain that intensity. You know, it's not physically being tired after a big match yesterday, too, and going 5. It's just that emotional
Let's go to their huddle.
We can't do it. The bench, do not give up. Forward, do not give up. It's only 5. We've done it before. We're going to do it again. Push right here, side out, get this 1 point.
Hey, ladies, hey, right here. I want the ball. It starts with a pass, okay? We're going to pass the 3 ball, run our offense, and we're going to set out. Let's go, right here. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, move.
Starts with the pass. Every coach will probably put that on their tombstone someday.
It starts
with the pass.
It is the state volleyball championships here on Iowa PBS. Dean will serve. We're opening up with Class 5A. Pelds, shot handled. Grant throws it towards the middle. Dean with the quick swat.
Oh my
and it pays
gosh.
off.
That can't happen. That's just an easy roll shot from a backcourt attack. You see her drop her elbow. You got to be charging that ball.
Free ball here for Dowling. Officials time, and two Wolves collided. And I think Chloe Jones might have gotten a knee to the head. There's an elbow. And as she collided with Avery Vogt. We're listening in here. And that was a shot.
That hurts. When did they change the jewelry rule?
Not sure. 1913, the trainers are attending to Chloe Jones, and she wants to stay in. What do you think?
She's one of your senior leaders. I mean, you need her out there. The coach didn't feel like there was someone to step in this situation. Pressure situation, everything's on the line. She probably would sub her out, but she needs her out there right now.
In the NFL, they'd be going to the blue tent.
Yeah, I wondered what the high school protocol was.
The trainers did check her out. They have cleared her to go here. Now Dean will serve, 1913. Free ball here for Dowling. Rogers to the outside, Beecher with the soft tap. Pelds, dug up by Grant. Beecher again. Jones got up underneath of it. Now to Pelds. Back row by Dean. And she'll get the point.
No.
No, wait a second. Northwest says no. But just gonna find it in. What hustle. 20-13. How about the hustle
Both
by the
teams
sophomore
today.
Anna Pelds?
That was amazing pursuit.
It's never over till it's over. Pelds, and we have a net violation. And a side out much needed here by Waukee Northwest.
Kate Nelson getting caught. She leads her teams in blocks, but that time she was a little tight on the net.
Yeah, 5'9", she ranked second in 5A in blocks. And leading the way on the opposite side, how about this, Ava Gredicke.
Well, and Waukee's only got single blocks on the pins here, and that just can't happen. I'm thinking Chloe Hayes' ankle has got to be affecting her getting out to those pins.
Vogt to the outside. There's Jones. She looks okay.
Yeah. It's all the medicine she needed.
21-15. Waukee Northwest took the opening 2 sets. Now Hayes to serve. Bothered by a bad left ankle.
I'm surprised Bob didn't call that.
And we're going to see a double hit here.
He's consistently called that a double.
Beecher played up out of the back.
It's a good set for Jones.
To Jones.
Oh, boy.
And she hit the deck hard on that kill attempt.
She just fall?
She just fell.
Well, I think she got hit in the nose.
Let's watch it again.
Is it through the net?
It might have been. She might have hit her arm on the follow through.
If it was through the net, that would be.
Now Vogt. Grant with the up. Beecher. It'll be played over. Free ball here for Northwest. And the kill by Hoover.
I think that's the first time we've seen a free ball offense by Waukee Northwest this set. Maybe for 2 sets.
It's been a while. 5-point set.
Not impossible, but it's tough.
Lockyer's serve. Quick dump.
Oh, my heavens.
Oh, Ella Rogers is just toying with everybody.
And you've seen that. They must have decided before this set that they could tip on them because they've gotten a lot of kills off of tips.
Now to Staun. Jones at the net, blocked back.
Good thing Cameron Boyd was able to. What is that? Where you go under the pole? The way she bent out of the way on that ball. I don't remember what that is.
The limbo.
The limbo. There we go.
23-18. Dean.
See the wall shots wide open.
And it brings us to set point. Dowling.
Dowling players have been playing so smart this set. Roll shots and tips and
trying to force a 5th set here. Annalise Grant. Pelds. Grant with the dig. To the middle. Pelds again. Dean will play it over. Quick dump, handled by Grant. Nelson, too strong. Still at set point.
Second set point, you got to have nerves of steel to be the server now.
Waukee Northwest with Cameron Vogt.
She asked her to serve zone 5. That's a tough zone to serve, and she didn't.
Dean. Gonna be in! We're gonna go to a 5th set. 25-19. And the officials blowing the whistle. We're gonna have the captains meet to get the flip here to see who will start the 5th set. That's Ken Kasur with the toss. And it'll be Waukee Northwest who will start on serve when we return for the 5th set. It's the 5A championship. Wow, what a match here on Iowa PBS.
Join Iowa PBS as we explore the arts and the architecture within the historic buildings of Iowa, Mason City, and Clear Lake.
Coming to Iowa PBS November 18th.
I remember pulling my headgear away from my head because it was so loud in Hilton of people cheering against you.
Crowd is on its feet at Hilton Coliseum.
This was probably one of the greatest teams of all times.
Iowa has won 36 straight dual meets.
And one of the greatest duels of all times. Iowa State, it's one of the best shows on earth.
coming to Iowa PBS November 20th.
You're watching live coverage of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Championships on Iowa PBS. Stay tuned. More to come.
Coming up on the next episode of Iowa Life, explore a public art display in Mason City.
Oh, cool. How cool is that?
Meet a world-renowned wood carver from Storm Lake.
All I'm thinking about is one feather at a time.
And the sounds of Girls Rock Des Moines. That and more on the next Iowa Life.
Sunday morning at 10:30 on Iowa PBS.
There's even more to love about Iowa PBS online. Go behind the scenes with us when you follow Iowa PBS on Snapchat. Connect with us on all of our social media platforms at iowapbs.org/social.
Oh, look at this scene here at Extreme Arena in Coralville. After 4 sets, we're all tied up at 2 sets apiece. And the light has been shining bright here on this match in 5A with Kathy Bresnahan. This is BJ Shaven. And Coach, we knew it was going to be a competitive match. Is it exceeding expectations?
Oh, I think so. You just see the momentum going back and forth. This is what we expected from these two teams. I hope this one is a nail burner, point to point. Waukee needs to start picking up those tips and passing the ball. Dowling just needs to keep controlling the net and doing the things they're doing right now. They have all the momentum on their side.
So here's our set 4 highlights. Jones was able to get things going for Waukee Northwest early on. But Dowling Catholic had some answers. Rogers into the middle for Moeller. Northwest trying to go tough at the net. Dowling showing their strength. That's why they led 5A in blocks. And when you get Kate Nelson going, the spark plug, good things are happening for Dowling Catholic. Here's your stats. 9 service aces for Northwest. Really the difference in the early 2 sets. But look at the kills. Dowling Catholic is starting to own it. And at the net, they're really starting to pick it up.
They've really started to dominate. And when you keep a team off balance with your serve, you're going to get a lot more opportunities for your free ball offense, and that better be an automatic point when you get free ball offense going.
The table stakes, the winner gets their school's first ever state volleyball championship. Kate Lockyer will serve for Northwest. And the opening point will belong to Northwest. Don't know if that's a good thing or not, because who's ever gotten the opening point out of the previous 4 sets has lost.
Really?
Yes.
How do you know these things? That's why you're the professional. That was a well-executed play, though, so they're going to keep going back to that.
Beecher with the charge, but dug up by Pelds. To the net. Dean out of the back to Rogers. Moeller, her shot handled by Pelds. Back row attack. Blocked in the middle by Moeller, and we're tied at 1.
She had the miss hit, she came back for her team and then got the block. That's exactly what she wanted to do for them.
Go ahead. It's a race to 15.
Yeah, it goes fast.
Stahn will serve. On deck, the 4A state championship. North Scott against Indianola. Dean with the kill. Dowling Catholic with their first lead here in the 5th.
You just can't have single blocks. A single block on a D1 recruit.
Hayes.
I like that play that they run. That's a nice play.
But we'll see a lift.
It's the second time we've seen them run all 3 hitters in front of the setter. And that really makes the blockers choose where they're going to go.
The Chloes for Waukee Northwest have really laid it all out there. Hayes bothered by a bad ankle. Jones dealing with a number of issues. And Dowling Catholic has taken advantage.
That's an off speed and slow stuff. They're just scoring at will on it.
Dowling holds the lead here at 3-2. Grant to serve. Back row attack. And Nelson, too strong. And we're tied at 3.
You know, we've seen, give credit too to Dowling's defense, not just, we'd say Annalise Grant's name a lot because she's phenomenal, but their backcourt in general has done a really nice job after the first 2 sets.
What a way to cap off the 5A season. Boat serve. Dean had to lay off of it. Now Pell, and she'll get the kill. Waukee Northwest back out in front.
If Waukee wins this, I'm hiding under the table from Hayes and Hoover. Vote, yeah.
Dowling to the middle to Nelson.
Oh my gosh, you guys, come on.
That's played out. And we are tied at 4.
And from our perspective, it looks like Dowling's showing that tip pretty early, and someone's got to be screaming it out and everybody charging the net. Because they're not shooting the corners, they're tipping right over the block.
Rogers serve.
Good pass. Good set.
Hayes into the action. Northwest with the side out. They're up 5-4. Back and forth. Here we go.
I hope this 5th set is both teams on their offensive best. That would just be an epic state championship match. Oh,
both
my
serve.
heavens.
That hit tape, and it's an ace. 10th ace of the match for Waukee Northwest. Dowling Catholic once needs and gets a timeout with a 2-point deficit. Let's go inside that huddle.
On 14, can we get all the way out to the line? Okay, if we get one-on-one on the right side, it's okay. All right, but let's make sure we get that 3 and then go out to the outside hit and make sure we get strong hands. They're just hitting line. So get all the way to the antenna and then press back to zone 6. Make sure your last move is to zone 6. Shut her down on this ball, and then we'll go get points scored, okay? What do you got running here? 1, 2, 4. Okay. All right, let's go. Done.
So they're going to move the block out to the antenna or the pin and force them to hit cross court, which for Pels and the outsides, it's really nice, and Jones, because that funnels everything to Grant. So they want to stop letting him hit line.
Northwest will serve with Avery Vogt, and it's a service error.
She just had the one roll off the tape for an ace. She's probably trying to compensate for that one that just barely got over.
Law of averages.
Yep.
Played up by Vogt. Over to Lockyer. Beecher. Well, Peld's able to get an arm on it now to her older sister who just did the quick tap, and we're going to see a lift.
You know, Anna Peld's a libero for Waukee, is only a sophomore, and she's going to continue to develop. I mean, she gets there, and sometimes it's not. She just get one arm on it, but she's going to be a good deep libero as she gets older here. But she's having a great state tournament. There you go.
Outside the shot by Jones. She looks well. Biggest lead for the Wolves by 3. Now to Katrina Pelds. Rogers. Pelds able to keep it up. Jones at the net. Nelson finds it to Rogers. Beecher. Point. Dowling Catholic and a side out. Okay, we're over the halfway point. Yesterday, Waukee Northwest against Centennial in the semifinals. Went back and forth. Northwest able to build a large lead. Centennial came back only to see Waukee Northwest just roll down the stretch. They played a lot of matches or sets here at the state tournament, and they've got some energy. That time a service error by Dowling Catholic puts the Wolves up by 3.
I think Dowling's got another run in him, though. But this is a crucial side out.
Now to Hayes. Big shot by Gredicke.
Boy, they pursue well. Tight ball.
Beecher knuckled it.
Nothing she could do.
5 points away now for Waukee Northwest.
And Sarah Beecher's been big time when they need a point, so I would go back to her again and not hesitate.
Into the middle. Vote to the outside to Jones. And Mary Beth Wiskus, the head coach for Dowling Catholic, trying to say that hit the antenna.
No. You get right off the tape. It went over.
It was right in front of Bob Fessler. He said no, 11-6.
Yeah.
And now a timeout going to be taken by Dowling Catholic. They'll have 1 remaining. So how about this? Jody Vogt, the Waukee Northwest Wolves, 4 points away from a state championship. Let's go to their huddle.
3, focus. Okay, the 2 words we started with. Sharp, finish. 1 point at a time. Let's go. 1 at a time. 1, 2, 3, Wolves.
The world-famous Barb Randall said that her tombstone's going to say, "Don't block on free balls." So we're going to get everybody's their tombstone captions. You know, coach is just trying to get them focused. She's doing a good job. You can't even say we're, 4 points away, point by point.
Jody Vogt, the sister of Drake Edmonds basketball coach Darren DeVries, who's also in attendance here tonight. Kids attend Waukee Northwest. Family affair, winning championships. Can they bring one back to Waukee? And to Northwest High School, and they might be slamming the door shut. Vogt pounding that ball. They're up by 6, 12-6.
You can feel it. Single block.
Gredicke, nobody home for Northwest in the back corner. Side out, Dowling Catholic.
No block either, not even one. Dowling can make a run. I'm not counting Dowling out here.
To Maddie Chapman. Back row attack. Beecher. Played up. Beecher down the line. The hustle. Can they get to it? No.
Big time, Siri Beecher. Once again, those tips can't drop like that.
And Waukee Northwest will burn a timeout here. They have 1 remaining.
And why not? It's a good time to do it.
Let's go to the Dowling huddle.
10. Hey, watch 15. Watch 15 heading on the right side. Make sure we have good, strong hands on the block. Press back, fast hands, press back to zone 6. Hey, play clean. If you need to, you got tip to at setter. You can hit at setter, okay? All right? Hey, stay up and always expect the set, okay? Hey, let's shut him down with the block here. Let's keep point scoring, okay? Here we go. Here we go. Hey, focus on the right things. Do the little things. Have fun. No thinking. Play. Here we go.
Coach wants him to stop the mailman over here. Don't let Hoover put the ball down. They think that that's where they're going to go on this set. And we've seen him side out play a lot. out here on this rotation. So we'll see if Waukee gets a good pass to start with. I'd serve right at a sophomore on the court. This is tough pressure for a sophomore.
Chapman back to work.
And they do. Oh,
Jones,
boy.
it's kicked
nice up, Grant.
Dean out of the back row, just couldn't get lift on the ball. 2 points away now for Waukee Northwest.
And you know, that ball's the one that's been falling in. That ball's over net. She's a hero.
5-point advantage here for Waukee Northwest. Katie Lockyer.
There you
go. To the middle, and Dowling Catholic able to get the side out with the hammer.
That's big to stop them from getting to 14 right there. Big time play. And the middle's been so effective for Dowling the last 2 sets. That
Muller with 11 kills. Dean leading the way for Dowling with 12. Jones pacing Waukee Northwest with 12 today. They'll go the opposite side. Good dig up.
Yep.
Roll shot handled by Dean. Rogers to Muller.
All right, you need a side out here.
Played up. Now the quick punch. The one-timer Waukee Northwest handles.
Nice
Jones goes deep. To Muller, to Pelds. A long point again. Jones, blocked back. Dowling Catholic will get the point. 13-10.
Ella Rogers is an unsung hero blocking on the outside. She's got 2 good outside hitters trying to go pounding at her for Waukee, and she just does a great job on the right side there.
Jones dug up by Grant. Rogers to Dean.
Who's going to be your go-to?
Up. And a pancake to Grant. No, they're going to say it hit the court. Dowling Catholic wants a challenge.
There are no challenges, though.
They want to go back to the officials and see.
Let's see. From our angle, it looked pretty good. But Bob would have seen it from the front of the hand.
They show the replay here. The officials cannot use it. And again, the officials will discuss this. We might see a replay of the point. Nope. Waukee Northwest. And now we're at championship point for the Wolves. You cannot use replay in high school volleyball. You have to trust
And I still don't know if it would overturn the call on the court. You know what I mean?
So here we go, championship point at the net, the jostle. This will get out. Dowling Catholic gets the point back. 14-11. Now Annalise Grant to serve.
There's no laying off on that serve for a state championship point.
Pelds will push. Now to Dean. Down the line and get the kill.
Off speed. Nice job, Mackenzie Dean.
Still a championship point timeout here, Waukee Northwest. Let's go inside of the huddle for Waukee Northwest.
Hey, ladies. First ball kill right here. 1 point, that's all we need. I want the ball right here. Let's go. Come on. Finish it.
And I want to know what the side out play is for Waukee right here.
So Dowling Catholic will be on the serve with Annalise Grant.
Do the little thing. Here we go, here we go.
So fun. This is exactly what we expected. I love this.
Everybody on their feet. here at Extreme Arena, and it's just the first of 5 championships here on Iowa PBS.
And no timeouts left for either team. I'd say get out here to Kate Hoover. Opportunities there.
They go to Pelds, down the line, and the kill, and the championship for Waukee Northwest.
Love that pile-on. You know, Pelds was so quiet that match in the last couple of sets, and it's pretty fitting that she's the one that put that point down.
The Wolves win the opening 2 sets, 25-22, 25-15. Lose the third and fourth, but come back in the fifth to win it 15-12. And they win their school's first ever state volleyball championship in just its 3rd year of existence.
Congrats, Coach Weiskus and team. Very deserved. And I tell you, the rest of the 5A in the schools in the state are lucky Dowling did not win as lucky as they are. You give those young players a state taste of a state championship, and boy, you're setting them up for years to come.
Soon we'll have the all-tournament team selection plus the trophy presentation. And you think of the highs and the lows of the season for Waukee Northwest, the injuries, a lot of intrigue, within the program, and they come out on top with the state title, finishing at 27-9 on the year, and got hot right at the right time. And resilient.
Best feeling in the world right there. And then the other side of the net, the worst feeling in the world.
Zach Clark, Jennifer Donalds, Greg Dufault, Ron Fodness, and Shan Sievert. Presenting awards to the 2023 Class 5A All-Tournament team is Sarah Rickelman, representing the Iowa Farm Bureau. Here is your 2023 Class 5A All-Tournament team. From Dowling Catholic, Annalise Grant. From Waukee Northwest, Chloe Jones. From Ankeny Centennial, Delaney Miller. From Ankeny Centennial, Jaden Pratt. From Dowling Catholic, Mackenzie Dean. From Dowling Catholic, Ella Rogers. And your Class 5A All-Tournament Team Captain, from Waukee Northwest, Katrina Peltz.
So Pelds garnering the all-tournament team captain. What a motivator she was.
Oh, my heavens. You know, and I talked to her before the match, and I didn't recognize who she was with the warm-up on, and boy, she was intense.
Let's go to the trophy presentations.
Union. This year's top producer of the 5A championship match, from Waukee Northwest, Chloe Hayes. Fans, introducing your Class 5A runner-up, head coach Mary Beth Wiskus and the Maroons from Dowling Catholic.
Good season, Maroons.
And now, Waukee Northwest Wolves, please complete your Class 5A bracket. Your 2023 Class 5A champions, Coach Jody Boat and the Wolves from Waukee Northwest.
What a run by the Wolves.
Finished third in their conference, and you come out state champions.
Bringing home the title to Waukee Northwest High School. Congratulations to Jody Boat and her squad. What a run.
Absolutely. You know, no one wants to have the picture without the roses, but both teams, it was a match we expected. Just elite athletes playing at their best. It was a fun match.
So Waukee Northwest, the winner here in 5 sets, 3-2 over Dowling Catholic. This is one of 5 state championships we have for you today here on Iowa PBS. Again, Northwest, your winner in 5A. Coming up next, it'll be the 4A state championship. These two teams also going for their school's first ever state volleyball title. It's Indianola North Scott coming up in just a bit as you're catching the championships of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union here on Iowa PBS.
Funding provided by Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialist. Providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
The Pella Rolscreen Foundation is a proud supporter of Iowa PBS. Pella Windows and Doors strives to better our communities and build a better tomorrow.
And by Fareway Meat and Grocery. For more than 80 years, Fareway has been proud to be an active part of the communities we serve. Learn more at fareway.com.
With our Iowa roots and Midwestern values, Farmers Mutual Hail is committed to offering innovative farm insurance for America's farmers, just as we have for 6 generations. Farmers Mutual Hail, America's crop insurance company.